This unit is very quiet as well as very powerful. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the LEVOIT True HEPA Air Purifier. This is the Vital100. I did purchase this product myself, and any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this air purifier or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Take a look at the retail box and packaging right here. They walk you through some key features and tech specs. We have a washable pre-filter. This does have HEPA filtration, 3 different fan speeds, quiet operation with levels as low as 23 decibels, check filter indicator light, additional specs on the back, and on this side they have a nice breakout of the filter here with the pre-filter that's washable, and then we have our true HEPA filter right there, and we have a carbon filter that's going to help absorb odors, smoke, fumes, things like that. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Looking for a secure and reliable way to access the internet? Look no further than ExpressVPN. Protect your personal information and browsing history from prying eyes. Act now and sign up for ExpressVPN today using our link in the description and receive an extra 3 months of service for free. Here are all the contents. First up, we have our product literature featuring our user guide and manual right here, walking us through tech specs, safety information, everything we need to know about getting our device set up, how to control, how to use it. We can learn about the included filter. We also have our maintenance and care instructions. You'll find additional troubleshooting information, their customer support info, warranty information, all easily accessible for you right there. You'll also see that we have a nice thank you card for feedback. And again, their customer service and contact info. They're not hiding from you. And then lastly, we have the air purifier itself. Let's look at this in more detail. We can flip it over to the very front. You'll notice LEVOIT's logo and branding here. And we can remove this cover. It's just magnetized in place at the top. That reveals our filter. This is a true HEPA filter. We can use those tabs to remove it. The first pre-filter section is washable. And then you might hear right there, we have our high-efficiency activated carbon filter. Those pellets are going to help trap odors and neutralize our air. So you get the idea there, what we're working with in regards to filtration with this particular unit. And then you'll see on the inside, we do have our fan blade right there on the inside that I was just able to spin with my finger. So let's pop this filter back in place. Take note of how we have it installed. Let's line those two clips up at the bottom, then it just snaps right back in place. Now let's go over the controls. All right, we have the unit plugged in, powered on. We can just press the power button once to turn the unit on. Press again, it turns off. With the unit on, you'll notice we have our 3 different fan speed settings here: low, medium, and high. We can also touch the display icon that will turn all the lights off. It's still going to work, obviously. That's great if you want to maybe use this near your nightstand or in a dark room when you're sleeping and you don't want the lights of the display to bother you. And then we have a timer button here, 2, 4, or 8 hours. You can set the timer. Lastly, you'll see a filter indicator here. So this will light up in 6 to 8 months depending on your usage. I have it illuminated right there for you. Then you know when it's time to replace your filter, and then you can just hold it down to reset the button. So the controls are very simple and straightforward. Let's jump into some real-time testing now. So first up, you'll notice we have an air quality indicator right here. Our score showing 16. The lower the better. I'd like to see that score be a 4 or an 8. So it's good we had the air purifier. We need to run it a little bit today in this room. But with this particular unit, you'll notice nowhere can it be found that we have any sort of built-in air quality indicator. So I really wish that they did include that. Even just a simple LED changing from green to yellow to red to letting us know the quality of our air. I know that that typically increases the price point of these units. But I mean, after all, the whole point is you want to know, is your air even clean? So it'd be great to have that included with this unit in the future. But right now you can see where we're hovering at. I also want to point out, with this machine running, that low setting is very, very quiet. So let's see how quiet. This thing is whisper quiet. So we're showing a max decibel readout of 38.4 decibels, but I would say typically at this one low fan speed setting, you'd be around 30 decibels. It's really not noticeable. If there's any sort of like air conditioning running in your room, any sort of background noise, things like that, you wouldn't be able to hear it. Even when I'm just quiet in this room, it is super faint. I hear other stuff before I even hear the air purifier. Sure, if you're like this, you'll hear it running a little bit, but if it's, you know, 5 or 10 feet away from you in a room, you'll be hard pressed in just your everyday household or office environment to hear it running at the lowest setting. Now, the max setting is a different story. This will make itself known in your room. So we got a max decibel readout of 69.6 decibels. It's loud and it's proud, but honestly, not that bad for the amount of air that we're moving through here. You would expect it, since it is a fan moving air through your room and through this device, that it's gonna make some noise, so just keep that in mind. But overall, not bad. This unit is very quiet as well as very powerful. Just how powerful is this thing? Well, I'm glad you've asked. We have it running on our max fan speed setting, and we've peaked at 1,181 feet per minute. Our FPM, 1,181 FPM on our max setting. So we're moving a lot of air. And now it's time for my favorite test. This is the smoke test, where we're gonna use our smoke machine to inject that smoke into the air purifier to see how good of a job the filter does trapping that smoke. Ideally, we don't wanna see any smoke exhausting out of our air purifier. Typically though, spoiler alert, that doesn't usually happen. So since our air is being sucked in from the sides and the bottom, that's where we're gonna zap our smoke. Let's go. All right, so right there, I noticed quite a bit of smoke coming out of the unit. We're really gonna crank this down for a second. And you'll see a lot of it is going to freely pass through our air purifier. I wish we were seeing better results right there for the smoke than what we're getting, but it's a nice visual indicator so you can get a feel for how an air purifier is gonna perform. And if you don't think that's a lot of smoke, well, let me show you. I mean, this thing blasts a lot of smoke. So it is trapping smoke. You can tell compared to what's coming out of here and how much smoke there is in the room, but it still is letting quite a bit of that smoke back out. I'm also gonna zap it nearby, so then maybe you can see how the smoke is getting pulled into the unit. I'm not sure if you can or can't tell that. I can see it here in person though. We have that smoke being sucked and pulled into the machine. Let's crank it up a notch too here. And we'll try that one more time to see how that's moving through the studio. So it's really pulling that air in the sides. And one more time for good measure, this is for science after all. One more smoke test with the max fan speed running. So let me share with you my final thoughts in regards to the LEVOIT Vital100. This is an air purifier made for bedrooms. Very, very quiet, simple controls, ability to turn off the display. That's really where this air purifier will excel. Don't expect a whole house clean, but you can expect a nice bedroom clean with this product. In the future, I do wish they added a couple more features. I'd love to have smart controls included at this cost. I know it probably would increase the price point, but that would be great if they could keep it all the same and give us smart controls. I'd love a built-in air quality indicator with the ability to turn off that LED if that's how it's going to indicate the air quality for you. And lastly, I'd like to see the ability to add in essential oils to make this not only an air purifier, but also a diffuser. So give us a little drip tray, things like that, that we could then use this air purifier in our rooms as well for essential oils.